Now, how do you judge? How do you judge the performance of this government in the light of what you are facing as an average citizen? Whether you are in Kafanchan or you are in any part of Gombe or in Ebonyi or Kwara or Ogun State or Lagos State, where are you feeling it? Are you feeling the impact of this government? The conversation tonight shifts to the presidency as we seek answers on the state of the nation, government performance, and the road to 2027. Joining me is Mr. Daniel Bwala, a spokesperson to President Bwala Tinubu, to address the trending reactions to the administration's policy, the recent engagements between key northern leaders and members of the president's cabinet, and the growing concerns of everyday Nigerians facing the 33% inflation record, high food prices, and a naira trading at over 1,500 to the dollar, according to the MBS and the CBN. These statistics are staggering. We explore the government's response to opposition's criticism, its scorecard on campaign promises, and the policies designed to ease the plight of the average citizen, while also touching on the 2027 political landscape. Thank you so much, Mr. Bwala, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
There are a lot of people who perhaps will be listening to the governor of Kaduna State and the NS, and a lot of the people who spoke in that room yesterday in Kaduna, and be wondering, maybe they are not feeling whatever they are saying, and those who are directly bearing the brunt of some of the challenges the country is facing. What do you tell them?
Actually, all of the reports that were given by the key stakeholders at the meeting, from the NSA to the governor and other key stakeholders, are accurate, correct, and true representation of the situation. And just like the way you always hear people talk about, depending on whose side of the cup you choose to believe, whether it's half full or half empty. But in this case, it is obviously half full. I was talking to a farmer from my village. He was complaining because he started farm. He thought that he saved enough, farm to make profit, because as of last year, some of the farm crops were about 100,000. He said, no, it's less than 35,000. So, but I told him, I said, but it's a positive in the sense that the prices of items are going down. Those ones were not in Kaduna. These are farmers, and Nigerians are in the farming platforms. You can run that across all platforms from the reports coming. I'm sure that everybody will attest to the fact that the president has successfully glided the ship to a path where we are now facing recovery. And the recovery is coming fast. Whether you look at the report of the IMF that upgraded our economic growth because of the performance, of course, of the indices of the economy, or whether you look at it from the security point of view, where we do not have as much of unknown gunmen in the southeast. The case in Benue and in Plateau State, you have seen the improvement very strongly. The case of kidnapping and then demanding for ransom is almost behind our back completely. People in Abuja go about their normal businesses in the country. People who are in the energy sector, you see a gradual transition from foreign investment in Nigeria into domestic people, Nigerian people taking charge of the affairs of the Nigerian economy, thereby boosting, of course, our revenue, one, and then strengthening the economy because there is economic activities in the country, and then do I now say foreign exchange that would have ordinarily gone abroad if the foreign companies in Nigeria operating now will be circulating in the economy. So and then if you look at it from the point of view of education, whichever strata of our national life that you look at, you can conveniently and boldly say that this administration has successfully turned the tide, and we are now approaching full recovery.
Why does it look and seem like the average person is not feeling whatever you say are those advantages and the benefits just yet?
Yes, because that comment usually is from the prism of the opposition. For example, if I ask you, the 300,000 Nigerians who are from indigent families who have benefited from the NEL fund funding, are they not average Nigerians? The farmers who all over the country now can see the reduction of the consumers who can see the reduction of the cost of food items, are they not the ordinary Nigerians? The farmers who have benefited largely from the benefits that have come to them by the policies of this government, are they not the ordinary Nigerians? So sometimes When people talk about the ordinary Nigerian is suffering, I wonder whether they are talking to spirits. Because the individuals we are talking about who are impacted positively by this the development are the ordinary Nigerians. But of course, if you are looking at Nigeria from the lenses of the opposition who are on the wild goose chase, you can never see a Nigeria working.
You heard what Governor of Kaduna State said there, that there shouldn't be any governor that will challenge President Tinubu because of the monies that states are now benefiting more. And those who will realistically say that it's not as if President Tinubu is dashing anybody, any state money. This is the common patrimony of this nation, and the removal of fuel subsidy, which are now going into the state, and as though those who have criticized this government and the APC, making it look like these federating units are being dashed money. Is it possible that the realization come and that that narrative is changed?
There have been precedents before President Bwala Tinubu. They did not consciously take the decision that was required to improve the revenue that will go to the governors. So why President Tinubu has to be commended is because he did what others will not do. And you know what funny thing, Mr. Sheon? I have not seen one opposition governor in Nigeria who has come out to complain about revenue. They have, for example, the governor of Zamfara has even praised the administration because he has increased revenue. You know, of course, of the governor of Anambra State. You know the party he belongs to. How about the governor of Enugu? The party he belongs to. What about the governor in Abia? The party he belongs to. All the governors in Nigeria are having the best of time, like they are having what we call the oil boom in their history as a country. You know what? 27 states at the time was bankrupt. Salaries were not paid. That is not a conversation now. It is almost like an anathema to talk about people not being paid salary, because that governor will be looked upon like a Lucifer, because there is revenue enough to pay the salaries, revenue enough to meet with the minimum wage, revenue enough for you to embark on project to pay your debt, and then to look to the future.
It's not as though that there was one genius action or a magic one that was done. It was a decision that would have come a month after, naturally, by the execution of time and by the force of law. Because the law has prescribed that by the end of June, there isn't any budget for fuel subsidy any longer.
So if the president did not want to remove the subsidy, if the argument that is made that because there have been a legislation to that effect, the president will still sponsor a legislation to repeal the one that was sent. And then he looks back and then start all these struggles that will be having the cyclical effect of borrowing.
The president repealed the PIA that naturally would have been come into effect
and then
by June.
Yes, and then restructured.
And the budgetary design that he cannot adjust by natural effect. The president's hands were going to be tied. Either you like it or not, subsidy was gone by the end of June.
No. See, if you bring a law or you're confronted by a law that you feel is going to be injurious to the people, you simply bring a law to repeal and replace. And the National Assembly have the power of the purse. They also have power of appropriations and then lawmaking. So if the president is intentional about not wanting fuel subsidy to be removed, he won't even bother. Do you know what the blessed memory, General Buhari told Garba Shehu? He said, what President Bola Tinubu did is quite brave. He said, when I wanted to do it, people have been advising me, that's why I couldn't do it. He said, I am very sure if he had not pronounced that in Ego Square, by the time he gets to Villa, he may never be able to remove the subsidy. And this is what characterizes President Bola Tinubu from any and every of the candidates that are running for it. Courage and courageous decision. His hallmark, his legacy anchors on this. The hallmark of a leader is the ability to make a courageous decision, but at the right time. You can make a decision at the wrong time.
Without putting in the necessary buffers.
No, so those who said they would have used the buffer, we have asked them to talk about the buffer. There is no buffer without money. There was no money in the country when he took over. This person who made an argument that came close to that is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I spoke for him in the campaign. His position about subsidy was quite clear. He said he was never going to remove it at once. It's going to be incremental and gradual. He said they did it during President Obasanjo. And the question that you can ask now, if they did it at that time, why is it that it hasn't been done?
All of these, Mr. Bwala, is the fact that there is a growing agitation against this government. Why do you think so?
Sponsored by the opposition, yeah.
And it seems to be coming from your region, the northern region.
So let me tell you, you see, the concept, the issue about the northern region has been overblown. You see, because the governors that every day come out to speak well of the president are from the north. The meeting of yesterday, 2 days ago, was in the north.
The governors and the ordinary people on the street, they are two different things. So those who determine who governs them are the ones who are complaining.
Now, if I ask you, and very bluntly, to tell me a singular ordinary citizen in the north or group of citizens in the north who say there is a growing agitation against President Bola Tinubu, you will not find one, even if you start from here to Antarctica.
So every 200 million Nigerians are okay with whatever.
No, we'll come to 200 million. No, we'll come to 200 million. Let's start from the north. So what you are hearing are a set of people in the north who believe it is their birthright to be in government. Some of them were in the past government for 8 years. After a new government has come, they want to be in the center of attention in the next government. And this government believes in equal distribution of opportunities to those who have not had the privilege. They are angry and they form a group. They say they want to remove him. They are now scattered like sheep without shepherd in the wilderness. If I one of them who say, I made the president, I'll remove him. Yesterday also, he was suspended for 40 years. He will resume politics when he's getting to 90-something years. They are confused. Completely confused.
If you see the amount of the aggregation and the coming together of the opposition voices against this government, we've not seen it in the past years in Nigeria's politics. Not even in the merger of the APC.
There is no merger. Let me tell you something, Mr. Shun, and I will be honest with Nigerians. This coalition issue you're hearing is overblown. There is no coalition anywhere. Do you know why? Those who left the PDP, who are the proponent of this coalition, is just a handful of people that left. The governors of People's Democratic Party have not followed them. The National Working Committee have not followed them. The national executives have not followed them. Where is the coalition? They are even toasting to get somebody to come around on the platform of PDP. Where is the coalition? This coalition, you had not more than 13 people. But Nigeria is a nation that celebrates new information.
But that's not true.
Okay,
the people that we saw there, and I can mention over 20 for you, just by mere looking at the
not
pictures.
Spectators.
No,
I'm talking of the anchored people, with political agenda.
You talk about Atiku Abubakar, Rotimi Amechi,
2,
Nasiru El
3,
David Mark,
4,
Chief John Oyegun,
5.
You saw Dele Momodu,
6.
you saw Senator Ben Obi.
So you are now gradually going away from stakeholders to citizens.
No, look at them. That's Malami over there in the picture.
So let me tell you something.
They are listening of Nigerians, eminent Nigerians, former governors.
You just said the population of Nigeria is 200 million.
Over 200 million.
So these people you call the coalition, let's be honest with Nigerians. In the whole of that room, are they up to 300? They are not.
When you're forming a party, do you bring every member of the party into the room?
They don't even have a party. This ADC you're hearing about, what they did is called forceful takeover. Hostile takeover. In company law, you did that. You know the consequence of a hostile takeover. A lot of people don't know. Their chairman, who they, gave whatever they gave, and he handed the party to them, even was saying that our administration promised him 3 ministerial slots and some money.
And that's the accusation against your government, that your government go after opposition voices, go after, he was claiming that it was being offered 3 different ministerial positions.
Let me tell you, I did criminology, where you study the mind, the mental element of people who have the propensity to commit crime. And there is a fact pattern in you judge from the way somebody talks to derive or to deduce the inference of truth. Anybody who has such a strong allegation and wants to make an optics out of it will mention the name of the public officials and will mention the circumstances that they did that. If they are going to charge you in court, then you have to quote the offense and the particulars of the offense. He says senior public officials. Who are they? Do you think President Bola Tinubu in this government, apart from President Bola Tinubu, nobody in this government can give ministerial position to anybody. And if President Bola Tinubu will give you or promise you ministerial position, he will speak to you directly. Of course, you know, the president has spoken to the people that are high up. He has spoken to the people that are low. You will never believe the president will see so person. That's his idea and that's his politics. If he sees value in you, he will look for you. Did this man meet president? Let him mention even the public official. But of course, you know, in politics, it is only in politics people trafficate right and turn left. In the sense that he will say what he wants to say in order to achieve two things. One, for the individuals he's doing business with to think that he has some integrity and value. That's the reason why he didn't cave in. And then on the other side, to give the world the impression that he's such a special person that this government, imagine, this government will go to him and say, we'll give you 3 ministers. Don't give them platform to run. How many of them? These are nomadic politicians, internally displaced persons.
And those are, they are saying already that they're sending you guys packing in 2027. But I mean, the real issue here, Mr. Bwala, the World Bank statistics shows that about 45% of Nigerians have access to reliable electricity.
Thank God.
And it's on tape that the president has promised that if we do not, after 4 years, if we do not provide you constant electricity, do not vote for us. Yes. And those who are rational, we know that with the way our electricity is today, there's no way you can guarantee constant electricity. Could Nigeria say, okay, that is the premise upon which President Bola Tinubu should not come back?
No, what he said was a statement of intent that is backed up by a commitment to make that happen. When you make
so that, now it's looking like that promise is a dash promise.
I'm coming now. When you make such a commitment, the next thing is you put it to work, which is what he has been doing. You have been covering, Mr. Sheun, the intricacy and the problem in that industry with the Gencos complaining about not being funded, with the banks even wanting to take over their asset because they collected loan, they are not able to pay, with customer. You know the circumstances. This power issue, President Obasanjo and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, do you know how many $1 billion they sunk into that thing? By the time they say Jack Robinson, nothing is there, nothing at all. In this case, you can see generation, you can see.
But the president said that he has what it takes to fix it.
So that's what I'm saying. That we are laying the foundation, and it's obvious.
But it can't happen in 4 years.
So let me ask you one question.
So if you told us, Mr. Bwala, yes, are you saying that we should not be able to trust president for whatever he has said?
The president has demonstrated sufficient commitment in the way he has governed Nigeria so far that he has elicited the trust of majority of Nigerians.
And he made probably the biggest promise any politician can make in Nigeria's politics today is provision of electricity.
No, that can't be the biggest. He made promise in electricity, but let me tell you, look at the fundamentals. Number one promise, the security of life and the welfare of the people shall be the responsibility of government.
Has that been kept?
Yes. Look at us having program like this before. You know how you would have moved in this country. Let me ask you, by extension, the Nigerian people. Recently, we've been having series of problems in Benue. Has it not gone down? We have had in Plateau State, has it not gone down? Look at the IPOB issue on non-government. You know 2022, 2023, the case of murder there. You know how they are kidnapping people, coming to people's houses in the heart of the town. It's supposed to be at about something and all. Insecurity has been degraded to a large extent. What we are seeing in Nigeria, I'll tell you, Mr. Sheun, are criminal tendencies that has no co-relationship with whether somebody is governing well or not, because it exists in every part of this world. In the United States of America, yesterday there was a shooting. In New York, in England, every day you hear that. These are some of those criminals, but the fundamental...
They're talking about 200 people being killed in Benue. They're talking about people being kidnapped in parts of Northwest. We are talking about Borno State, in your own state. People are being attacked in their own homes.
The point is,
insurgency attacking people consistently.
Since the last you've been reporting, you are one of the leading...
There is almost no day that I don't report one form of arrest, kidnap, rescue, issue. So if someone does not commit a crime, would they be arrested?
No. What I'm saying is, have you reported? I watch your stories and political random. I didn't hear anything about kidnapping.
So it means that there's no crime.
Yesterday I listened to it. There was no kidnapping.
Well, before I let you go, Mr. Bwala, the reality is that the challenges are daunting.
And we're making
and we are holding you, those of you in government, accountable to the promises that you've made. Yeah. Not things, in fact, leave the things that you did not say. We are holding you to the things that you promised Nigerians.
And we're making it
happen.
How
do you tell Nigerians who are watching tonight that, well, things are not looking exactly as we promised, but hold on, and we're going to see do it. How would they believe you?
No, let me tell you, what you are talking about is conjecture. We are no longer in the realm of we shall. We have a lot of what we have done. I will tell Nigerians, let us give thanks to God that we have over 300,000 indigent members of the society who have now accessed funds for their education. We thank God. We have degraded insecurity in Nigeria to a level where people can go about their businesses, they can travel, Kano, Kaduna, Lagos, Ibadan, everywhere in Nigeria very, very well. We are thankful to God that we have seen infrastructure in different parts of Nigeria. The president has put the economy in a place where things are beginning to work, and they will even be more stronger by the day. We also want to thank God that the leadership skill of the president has kept the country in a uniform and united front where the people of Nigeria celebrated. We want to thank God our girls won the African Cup of Nations. We want to thank God that Shegun Okimbaloye today is having his program without having to fear whether he's going to be kidnapped or he's going to be doing anything. We thank God even for the opposition. We have provided a society where they can do agitation, they can do anything. And we thank God that by the time we come back 2027, we will consolidate on that.
Absolutely. A lot of political gymnastics from Mr. Daniel Bwala, the spokesperson to the president, is for Nigerians, the Nigerian people to judge. Thank you so much indeed for coming tonight.
As always. Thank you.